Welcome to another edition of Steelcast, and wow, what a day we've had today. Today is the moment that we broke ground on the new 3 million tonne, £1.25 billion investment in electric arc furnace steelmaking. The site you can see behind me here is the steel plant. This is where the traditional basic oxygen steelmaking used to happen. 200 million tonnes of steel have been made in that plant since it was built in the 70s. Now it's being replaced with an electric arc furnace that will use scrap rather than iron ore and coal that was producing iron through the blast furnaces. It will reduce the site's emissions by 90% and is due to come on stream in 2027. Today we've had the great honour, privilege and pleasure of having the chairman of Tata Sons and Tata Steel, Mr. Chandrasekaran, come to visit us, along with CEO TV Narendran, who's a regular visitor to the site. The chairman was blown away by the people he met, by the interest that's being shown in the projects and the progress that's been made to date. So part of the celebration today in Port Talbot at the groundbreaking ceremony has been the chairman of Tata Steel and Tata Group has been into the academy, and leaders of the project have been talking to him about different aspects of the project, through from the melt shop, electric arc furnace casters, the pickle line, the governance, the team charter, all of those aspects. But it's been a real one-team approach. Together with the senior leaders of the project have been senior members of the contractors who are working with us on the electric arc furnace project. Chairman's just gone off for a meeting with the leadership team, but some of those contractor partners are still here, and I'm going to see if I can walk around, catch a few of them, and find out how today's went. Steve, we've talked to a number of times on a pod. Welcome again, Steve. I'm going to doorstep you. So you've been talking to the chairman today. We've seen the chairman go around the project today, presenting the project as one team, contractors and Tata working together. How does that feel?
Well, we are one team. So, I mean, all of that is great stuff, but we've got a huge challenge to do. I mean, we're building the future. Yeah. So we have to do it as one team, and we have to work together. There's no two ways about that, but we really are trying to build the future, and it's transformational.
And what sort of commitment do you think it is that the chairman of Tata Group has come over to this groundbreaking event today?
Well, he doesn't have to go to every single project. Doesn't have to do that, and this is a big thing for the UK. I mean, we've been trying to build a sustainable business in Tata for the last, as long as I can remember. I started in 1990, and that's what we were trying to do. This is the first time to me it's actually felt like we're getting somewhere. So the chairman came over and he actually gave commitment to the project, and he gave commitment to, we've got to get it right, and if we get it right, there'll be further interest. So that's a big step.
Nice one. Thanks very much for your time, Steve. And if you haven't seen it, it's coming out soon. And special interview with Steve from ABB on the electrical infrastructure work that's going on here in Port Talbot. We'll see you later. So you're here from Skanska. So the chairman from Tata Group's been here today. How important is it, do you think, that this project is presented as kind of a one-team approach? Because you guys and the Tata guys seem to be seamless.
To do a project this scale, this complexity, you've got to be one integrated team, really, regardless of the companies you're working for, really. And historically we've done a lot of work for Tata for decades, so we know a lot of the people here as well. So that's certainly helping in delivery because the relationships are already there.
Yeah, and as I said there earlier, we chatted to Darren on a previous video about the work that Skanska is doing, but there's a lot of contract partners here being invited to this event with the chairman today and the groundbreaking ceremony later. Is this the new way of working, do you think, in industry in the UK?
I think it is. I think it's got to be. I mean, there's a lot of sort of alliances formed across groups, and we have integrated teams and things, and I think it does help stop sort of the adversarial nature that's existed in the past, and I think it's just the way forward, definitely. Yeah.
And a big day today. Lots of people wondered if this day would ever happen. Did you have any doubts?
I guess you have a little bit of doubts maybe with election time and things like that, what would happen, I guess, but from our point of view, obviously our dealings with Tata and the commitment always seemed to be there from Tata. So from that point of view, it always seemed to be to go ahead in some guise or another. I know there's been a few options over the years, for the recent years. But it always seemed pretty positive from our point of view. Yeah.
Nice one. Listen, thanks for taking time out and joining us. We'll see you down at the groundbreaking ceremony. So great to have you here with us. How important is it, do you think, that we are working as one team on this project?
Well, it's absolutely critical. I think when you look at the complexity of the project from an engineering basis, working in a live environment, you have to assume that people here are going to be technically and commercially competent. So actually, for me, it comes down to behaviours and working as one team. And I think there's a level of integration that you need to make sure that from top to bottom, leadership down to everyone working on the project, fully aligned with the project values and the project outcomes. These projects are complicated. Civil engineering, things go wrong, and when things go wrong, you want people to pull together and work collaboratively in an integrated fashion. So that only comes from strong interpersonal relationships. So for me, it's everything. I think it's fundamental to the success of any project of this scale and complexity.
And of course, today is a moment in history for the steelworks here in South Wales. But your family has got a long history here as well, hasn't it? Tell us a bit about that.
This is a heated debate around the Sunday lunch table. So my grandfather was here. Is it Margram and I think Margram and Abbey?
Margram and Abbey works.
Yeah. So both my grandfather and my father were part of the delivery team.
Wow.
I think that was 60 years ago.
Wow.
So So when this project came up and we started to bid it, and I was there was a lot of prodding at the dinner table. But no, seriously, I think our business is very proud of the legacy that we have, delivering the sort of the industrial manufacturing, historical economy of the UK, and I think this is an extension of that. So for us, it's a very hugely important project, as I say, and it gives me bragging rights.
Yeah, quite right too. And of course, Mr. Chandrasekharan's come over, the chairman of Tata Sons. Mr. Narendran's a regular visitor. I don't know if you got the chance to speak to them. What's the impression of how they're treating the project?
Well, you can see it's absolutely of utmost importance to them, and I think they both made the public statement that they're big supporters of it. So I think it's really clear, and they're both very busy people, and trying to find the time for the chairman to come here. He's off flying around the world. So I think it just shows how important it is to him and to be here and show the leadership from the very top of the organisation. So I see that as a huge positive for the project and the team and everything that's going on here.
Yeah, fantastic. Listen, thanks for coming down today and supporting it. We'll look forward to seeing you out the groundbreaking on site shortly. Thanks for your time and your words, and I guess we'll see you throughout the next few years as the project progresses.
So I'm here every few months. So
yeah, fantastic. It's really good to meet you. See you later. Thanks very much. Now, Vincent, so you are from Classim. So you're part of the pickle line. That contract's just been awarded recently, and we celebrated that, didn't we? Tell me how important today is.
It's very important because we obviously are part of the project already and committed to deliver reliable, safe line. We actually have part of Tata's team tomorrow in France for the basic design review. So the project is well on the run. We are also consortium leader, partnering with ABB. So we're pretty happy to be part of such an important project for the site and for, I would say, the steelmaking industry in general.
And of course, everybody talks about the electric arc furnace project, 1.25 billion. But of course, the pickle line in itself, that's a 200 million kind of pound investment, which is massive. In any other day, that would be a massive, massive investment. It's a big project. You know, how do the guys in Clecim and your workers feel about involved in this kind of future green steel making?
So we, I was talking about this earlier. We probably it's the 30th pickle line that we are
Wow.
designing and commissioning. I would say. So obviously the whole team is very happy, very excited about the project. I think also everybody was very happy to have a project in Europe, which I should say is not so common.
Yeah.
And part of a decarbonation project, even better. So yeah, we're very proud.
Yeah, well, listen, it's been great to have you here today.
Thank you.
Hopefully you'll be down the groundbreaking ceremony shortly, and we'll see you down there, because it is a historic day, a momentous day, and it's important that we recognise it's more than just an electric arc furnace, and you're very welcome to be here, and it's really good to meet
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed. Hi, Tim Rutter. Hi, nice to meet you. Now, Tenova are the main contractor for the electric arc furnace, so there cannot be a more important partner in this project. So we've done some publicity about the contract, but it's the bit that everybody's talking about, isn't it? The electric arc furnace project. And here today, all of our contract partners have been treated as equals in front of the chairman to demonstrate that this is really a team effort. Is that how it feels for you?
Yeah, definitely. Every project is a team effort. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I don't know if you got the chance to speak to the chairman today.
just 2 words.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And how do you think it's gone down with the chairman?
You mean
The presentation
The
today.
presentation? I think it was good.
Yeah.
I think he looked very interested.
Yeah.
I think it was very well explained. So,
Yeah. And how do your people back in Tenova and the factories feel about this new project, first green steel making project in the UK?
well, definitely, this is a very important project to us. This is going to be one of the biggest EAF in the world. Sorry, and it's a great project anyway.
And how complex will it be creating an electric arc furnace in an existing steel plant?
Well, brownfield projects are always more complicated. Obviously, you have to consider all which is existing, all the boundaries, all the constraints which exist. So, building a greenfield project is much easier.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is anyway most of our job. I mean, most of the projects today are brownfield projects. And greenfield projects exist only in some overseas countries and so on. In Europe, everything is brownfield. So.
And I know the contract was signed some months ago, but what's happening back at the factory? Are you still in design phase, or when will you start actually putting it together and creating part of the furnace?
We are still in design phase, but we are already procuring main equipment. So part of the equipment is already under construction right now.
Yeah. Great.
There are some long delivery items like the transformer and so on, which takes many months. So these were the first orders we placed just at the beginning of the project.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's from a manufacturing point of view, this is let's say not really a complicated project in the sense that there is time available. I think that the problem are more on the side of the engineering, because obviously we have to deliver the engineering which will be used by all the other contractors here on site. So the difficulty in this project is not the design and manufacturing of the furnace itself. This is not the first 300-ton, let's say, tapping capacity furnace we make. So there's nothing really different in this. But to provide all the engineering which is needed for the other contractors to work, that's a big job.
Yeah. Well, I know there's a massive job ahead of you, and I'm putting in an early bid to come and see your factory and meet your people, if the company will let me come over and visit you. But I'd love to do that as part of the process, to see it being built before it actually comes to site. So, listen, thanks for coming along to the event today. It's been a pleasure to meet you. I'm sure we'll see you over the groundbreaking ceremony. I'm sure we'll see you more over the coming years as well. Listen, thanks very much for your time. So you can see, there we are, the number of contractors, lead contractors that have signed contracts with us over recent months. from the electrical infrastructure to the building of the electric arc furnace, from Clecim, who are doing the pickle line, from Robert McAlpine, the key construction contractors, all been invited to this event to meet the chairman and to celebrate the groundbreaking of the electric arc furnace and the wider £1.25 billion investment. But for now, back to the podcast.
Guys, welcome. Good to see you. My friend, thank you very much for being here. Really good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you again, always. Really appreciate this.
I'm Joe Stevens. We met online, but not in person, so really great to see you.
I'm Lynette Morgan, I'm First Minister of Wales.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for coming over. This is an important day for the area. Thank you so much, and lovely to see you again. How are you?
Good to see you.
Great.
All I want to say is that this is a very, very important milestone for Port Albert. Frankly, if I have to say, this site has gone through several ups and downs, and this transformation is a historic moment. And I'm so glad that when we proposed this project, and then finally the UK government, His Majesty's government, approved a proposal, and all the unions and the local management, everyone came together to embark on this journey. And since then, I'm so glad to see that we are just moving along. Many people, many naysayers probably thought that this day will not come. And that's why it's very important. And we've got a job in hand. We've got to execute. The Tata Group is super committed to this project. That's why I definitely wanted to be here today to show my personal and the Tata Group's commitment. And I'm pretty sure that we will get this project done on time and commission it within 2027. And I want to thank all of you, the Welsh government, His Majesty's government, the union, the local community, all of us are in it together. It's one single team to make this happen. And I hope we will do such a good job that it will revive the economy here. And hopefully there will be many things that can follow. Thank you all very much once again.
Colleagues, friends, it is
a real pleasure to be with you here today and to say this is an important moment. And it's an important moment because it's a chance to look to the future with optimism. I totally agree with what Chandra said there. We should acknowledge there have been difficult times. There have been ups and downs. People here have been through a lot. We should always acknowledge that. But we should use that as inspiration to look to the future about what we're seeking to try and achieve here. There are many things that the success of this site is going to be built upon, and the success of this business. Of course, I want to thank Tata a huge amount for their work, for their investment that they're putting into this, what is such an ambitious transformation project. I want to thank people who work here, most of all, because without a skilled workforce dedicated to making this happen, there wouldn't be the possibility of what we are doing here. For our part, in the UK government, we know there are lots of things, lots of policy changes that need to happen to create the conditions for success we all want to see. Energy prices, industrial electricity prices being tackled, which we're doing. Trade defence measures, which we know are important, and we've already embarked upon taking some real action around that. Grid connections, we can't do this without the power that's going to come in and be able to do that. And of course, procurement, not just in terms of what we need and can supply from across the UK, what we know we'll need in future, what we can build the case for around that. But I can tell you, on a political level, the commitment from the UK government working hand in hand with our Welsh Government colleagues is absolutely total to providing that policy environment for success. And that's why we should be excited and optimistic about what we are seeing here today. I want this site at Port Talbot to not just be a story about this steelworks, important as that is. I want it to be a story about how we will tackle industrial transformation in a way across every bit of the UK, better than frankly we've done in the past. Learning lessons from what didn't go so right in the past, we're looking to what we can deliver in the future, working with unions, working with the Welsh Government, working with the business here to succeed and to deliver. It's a privilege, genuinely, to be here today, to look out at this, to see that incredible VR presentation, but to think about coming back here again. We've been here many times, but coming back again when this project is complete. So from my part, personally, and on behalf of the UK government team, Minister Jones, myself and our officials, thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for what you've done. Thank you so much for the future. Thank you very much.
Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, so we've just had the groundbreaking. Mr. Chandrasekharan and Johnny Reynolds have broken ground for the new electric arc furnace, new 3 million tonne electric arc furnace, in front of a crowd of, I don't know, maybe 100 or so people. Senior contractor people here, leaders here, trade unions here, some of our main suppliers, lots of directors here, the press, politicians from the UK government, the Welsh government, Natalie Young, Natalie, friend of the pod. So Nat, we just finished the groundbreaking ceremony. People are going, oh, we can start now. You've been working on this for a couple of years probably, haven't you? How do you feel about today?
I am so excited about it, thrilled about seeing it today. So we've been through a couple of years worth of design and getting the planning done. Everybody's here. We talk about that ad infinitum, and today is the day we get to start in earnest on the physical side of actually building something tangible that everybody can see and touch and feel, and really feel like we were always committed, but this is the point where people can really buy into it and understand.
And a lot of work, like you said, a lot of people working on getting that planning permission through, and credit to the council. Nice to see Nicola Pearce and Francis O'Brien here from the council. Credit to them as well.
They've been fantastic help as a critical friend, really supportive through the process. The planning team, particularly Chris Davies and Matt, the officer that did all the work on the reports, were really helpful. It's been it's a complex process to go through and to make sure that you've done all the right things, and they've helped us through it, as has NRW.
You can have a rest now, Nat. Look, I'm sure you'll be very quiet going forward.
Easier.
Listen, great to see you here today, and it was a fantastic day. I'm going to see if we can find some other people to talk to. I'll catch up with you later, Nat. Shankar Murad, Director of CapEx. So this is your project. This is your baby. How proud are you that the chairman has come to break ground today?
This is our project. Standing behind us is more than 1,000 people, including the contractor workforce who are going to be with us. So I feel very proud to be a part of this entire program. And the chairman of the Tata Group has shown his commitment in coming here and being with us on this momentous occasion. I remember in December he had told that I will come to Port Talbot in July of 2025. You must break ground. And I think we have all kept our promises.
Yeah.
This paves the way for a great future for all of us. And this transformation is the first step in many, many steps that comes. So I feel extremely humbled and extremely proud to be part of this team which is on this transformation journey.
Yeah, and whenever I talk to you, Shankar, you talk about one team, and it's a very easy thing to say, but today must be as big a demonstration of that as any. So Tata Sons being represented here, Tata Steel with Mr. Narendran, our own management team, the CEOs of our contractors from Tenova and Clasim and ABB and National Grid, the local council CEO was here, the Welsh Government were here, Jonathan Reynolds, the business secretary who signed off the £500 million and is doing a lot more in terms of the policy framework. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Absolutely, because this is one team in action.
Yes, it is.
So many people having come here. It was one call to the CEO of Tenova and he said, I will be here. And you know, the leaders in Clasim, the leaders from our contractor partners, the leaders from our designers. We have colleagues who have come from Tata Consulting in India just for this occasion. So I think it's one team in action over here. And I can't, thank for everyone who's come here and spent the time here.
Yeah.
I can't be more thankful.
Yeah, and I know that people say, oh, the work starts here. A lot of work has already gone on, but the next 3 years are going to be unbelievably busy, aren't they? And we met some talented youngsters who are going to be part of that team. That's part of your challenge, is bringing people with you, isn't it?
Yes, but I think what aligns all of us is that common vision. When the youngsters see that what is going to happen in front of their eyes is the future that they are going to take, we are going to be leaving this business once in a few years' time, but they are the people who are going to carry this legacy on.
Yeah.
And their involvement in this really signifies the importance of this. And I would want to thank all of them and invite them to be a part of this journey.
Yeah, it's some legacy you're going to leave behind. Listen, I know you've got lots of other people to speak to. Shankar, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today. And enjoy the moment, because the hard work starts tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much, Shankar. I've just been talking to Shankar about one team, but you've got a big role in this team as anybody, Peter. I know you're a big fan of the youngsters, but you're putting your head above the parapet in areas that are not so comfortable for you, always, because you were out, 6 o'clock this morning doing the media round on our behalf, and I'm very grateful for you doing that. Massive amount of interest in today. This is a massive moment for you, isn't it?
Massive moment for the project and for this plant in general. So I think it's been absolutely fantastic, Tim. Really overwhelmed by the support and the feeling that it's given. Really, it's really kind of energized the whole thing. Not that it needed much more energy, if I'm honest, but it really is. It's we're on. We've jumped another hurdle. We're off again.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel. That's what I really feel.
And wasn't it great to have it right here?
Yes.
Right in front of where that arc furnace is going. And I know the pickle line, a big investment as well, just over the way, and we'll celebrate that, I'm sure, in due course. But, this is an iconic site. I know people might say, oh, it looks just like a shed, but it's an iconic part of the steelworks. It's the heart of the steelworks steel plant. And you're building...
It's done 200 million tonnes in its life since 1968.
Yeah.
So it's more than done its time, and it's going to go again. It just needs to be refurbished and rebuilt.
And I can't help feeling it's a bit like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, because all the magic's going to go on inside of there,
yes.
Apart from obviously the big conveyor that goes on the outside. But in many ways today, you need to take a deep breath, don't you, and go, we have to go again, because you've been working hard up to this point. For the next 3 years, you've got some work on your hands.
Yeah, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
But the people that we've got are so committed. You talked about at the start of this, the group that we've got as a team. They're just tremendous.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt that the whole contractor team plus us will deliver this. Yeah. We've had people up there putting those tanks up there that you saw this morning for the casting development, which is just as important. You can't have the steel making equipment unless you've got the casting running. Yeah. And again, they were in over the weekend doing that. They wanted to do it. They're so proud of their crane. They're really, really chuffed to bits about their new piece of equipment and how they've been able to use it. So everybody is up for this, and I just don't see any gaps in that. I really don't.
Yeah, fantastic. All power to your elbow, Peter. Thanks again for all the time you spent with us today.
Thanks, Tim.
Alison Meldrum, you're in charge of kind of the energy side of the project, would be a good description, I guess, to start with, and I'll let you explain in a moment, because you're here with the National Grid and you deal a lot with policymakers on energy. Now, clearly electric arc furnace takes a lot of energy. People when they talk about a project, they talk about the furnace and the pickle line and the casters and the LMF. Nobody really talks about the massive challenge that is powering it. How do you feel about that challenge?
Very proud that we engaged with National Grid very, very early. It is a fascinating project. It's a huge challenge for National Grid. The interface with National Grid is fascinating. We're all learning lots and we're moving at pace.
Yeah.
It's very, very exciting.
But it's quite a big capex project in itself, isn't it, to get the power onto site, develop that area where it's going to be based with all the transformers and substation, and get that power to the electric arc furnace. Nothing happens without you, I guess.
Well, I am examining the costs very closely, put it that way, but it's actually 2 substations and nearly 3 kilometres of interconnecting cable. Lots of design agencies, Lang O'Rourke is supporting National Grid, and we're all collaborating. So it's good stuff.
And I know whenever people talk about big capital projects like this, one of the potential barriers is whether you can get on the list for National Grid projects to get it in time, and that must have been quite a challenge in itself. And if that hadn't happened, the whole project would have been delayed. How much work was that?
It's a lot of work starting in 2021. Yeah, we were talking to National Grid then. It's a very policy and code-driven industry. It takes a lot to get your head round. We're using external support. We're using Mott MacDonald's to advise us on that. It's a lot of detailed work that we're all actually fundamentally really enjoying.
Yeah. Well, I know we're going to be back out and we'll go down to the National Grid area when it's started to be prepared and when we can talk a bit more about it. But for now, thanks for joining us. Welcome here today, and great you could come along. Important part of the project, and we'll definitely come back and talk to you another time. Thanks very much, Alison. So there we are. You've heard from the great and the good, from the senior executives from contractor partners, from the chairman of Tata Sons and Tata Steel, and from the senior politicians who have joined us on the day. Jonathan Reynolds, Business Secretary, Joe Stevens, the Welsh Secretary, the First Minister of Wales, the local MP, the local member of the Senate. They've all been here today, the leader of the council, the CEO of Tenova, from the National Grid they were here, from Classim in the pickle line. Loads and loads of people have wanted to come along and be part of this event today. We've tried to talk to as many people as we can who are so excited by the prospect of being involved in this amazing, iconic project, a project that's one of the biggest in generations that the steel industry in the UK has seen. We've broken ground today. The hard work starts here. 3 years or so of really hard work to get the electric arc furnace up and running, to get the casters life extension, to get the hot strip mill life extension and a brand new pickle line up and running, commissioned 2027, operating 2028. It's a hell of a challenge, but listen to those people you've heard from today, the passion, the commitment, the dedication, the ambition to make this project work, and the stamp of authority from the chairman of Tata Sons, who have put in 750 million, and the UK government 500 million. What a collaboration, and what a single team with the ambition to make this thing happen. Can't wait to see where it goes next. Fantastic day.